Okay.
Hey y'all, are we live now? Oh wait,
Awesome.
we're talking about this. Hey y'all, is this thing on? Hello?
Well, we are live again.
Are we on? This isn't a trick?
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob. Yeah, hey y'all. So we are live here right now, and we're getting ready to do another show. We have a great guest coming up. If you're into paranormal and ghosts and spirits, and we've been told they don't sound like that, but even though we go, woo, you know, we have got an awesome episode coming up this afternoon. So be sure to tune in because we're going, well, we are live now. We're going live with the show here in just a few minutes on Mountain Fun Live.
Yeah, we're just kind of giving you where we're setting up before we go. You notice that we change clothes every set because we're doing different guests and stuff. But it is still live. It's still the same day. You should see us walk in here with all of our clothes on.
Our entire wardrobe from our closets.
We look like divas, you know.
Well, we are. Hello.
I'm a superstar.
Just ask me. I'm a legend in my own mind.
I'd like all my red M&Ms in a separate bowl, please.
Mine are the red. I want red.
I'm going to give Bob my rider so he can know what we set up in green.
His rider obviously includes a bear claw.
Bob says he's just going to rip them up. His rider is a bear claw. Yeah. So anyhow, I'm excited about what we're fixing to talk about.
Yes,
Because,
yes.
I come from a long line of family believing in ghosts.
Yeah, me too.
So
I grew up believing in it because I had experiences since I was a kid, so I've always been fascinated with it.
yep. So if you're fascinated with it or not fascinated with it, maybe you want to hang loose a second and watch and see what it's about. So I think Bob is waving us that we're going live on to the show.
All right, see you guys in a little bit.
Today on In My Shoes, our sponsor is Grill Billy's Barbecue. Stop down at Grill Billy's on 66 at Knife Works. Ask for Jeff Foxworthy to get the best barbecue in town.
You make the sun shine. You seem to stop time. You make me feel like I'm walking on cloud number 9. You make the raindrops.
Hey, thanks for watching In My Shoes. I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Susan, and we have got a fun, spooktacular episode coming up for you.
And it's not October.
Yeah, it's not even Halloween.
It's not even Halloween yet, so but we got a great episode. But right now, we need to talk a little bit about my favorite subject, also food.
Food, always food. Mm-hmm. You know what? I love Grill Billy's.
Grill Billy's is some yummy barbecue.
It is. Down off of 66 at Knife Works, right there under the shed as you go in, is a little red wagon, little meat wagon-like kind of, and it says Grill Billy's on it. Mm-hmm. And Jeff Foxworthy actually serves you there.
Yeah, well, not exactly the real Jeff Foxworthy, but he looks just like him and sounds just like him, so you get a little bit of entertainment. So be sure to go see him and say hi. His name is Jamie, and say hey from Ron and Susan.
That's right. Go down there, get you a sandwich, a bag of chips, and a drink for $5.
Five. Wow, I'm gonna go there now.
I know. I'm
Bye.
ready. Well, we can't go. We got to talk about ghosts.
Oh, that's right. Well, we've got a great guest on the show. He's actually a very dear friend of mine. He actually is the founder and owner of the Knoxville Ghost Tours in Knoxville, Tennessee. So if you want to go on a really interesting ghost tour, it's not just about ghosts. You learn the history of the buildings, the history of the town and the events that took place. He's also a renowned ghost writer and ghost television star, and we're going to let you tell him about. He's got a book.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're going to let him tell you all about this. So let's welcome to the show, J. Adam Smith.
Well, hello.
Yay!
How you
to be
doing,
here.
Jay?
Oh, it's so good to have you here.
It's great to have you guys conducting this because you were just participants, on some of my events recently.
Yes.
And
The haunted
that's
train
actually we
tracks
met each
one.
other, right?
Yeah, I was on a ghost tour.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I've been on 2 of your ghost tours now.
Yeah.
But it was interesting because you're talking about the ghost hunting stuff, but actually the neat thing about it is it's kind of like bringing history alive through the paranormal. It's not so much that we're trying to be per se ghost hunters, which is an overdone term. It's more of being paranormal historians. It's like you get to learn the amazing history of the city and then who knows, maybe the history will kind of let you know it's around, you know,
Right.
by the different tools that we use. So it's really, really awesome.
So tell us, how did you get into this? I mean, what inspired you to get into this, to paranormal to begin with, and start Knoxville Ghost
Yeah.
Tours? I mean, just give us a little background on you.
Well, it's kind of crazy because you guys are saying you guys come from a history of experiences with the paranormal, you know, childhood or this or that. And it's like, I was forced. I didn't
Somebody
believe in
twisted your
ghosts.
arm and said, get the ghost.
Getting there now.
It's crazy because I was always afraid of this kind of stuff. Like E.T., for example, scared the crap out of me.
E.T.?
What was it?
Extra terrifying, right? Is that what it stood for?
What was that? What was that? They're here.
A poltergeist.
The poltergeist. That scared the heck out of me as a kid. So typically, if it was ghostly related, even TV stuff, I'd be like, I'm not watching it. But then in my mid to late 20s, that's when I've had my first experience with paranormal, and I bought a house that had true activity, and for the first time, that really freaked me out initially. So it kind of moved forward, and basically what they say, can you turn a negative into a positive? Well, really, that's kind of what happened. That's my life, is that at the time, it was very challenging having a haunted home and dealing with the issues there. But then what it did, it forced me to kind of be aware that there is something going on outside that we don't know. And I got myself certified, started running teams, started understanding more about it. And now it's kind of like, wait a second, ghosts are fun. It's like, what? Ghosts are fun? Yeah, it actually is. On one of my events where you guys get to be the investigators, I was getting into character. I was like, excuse me, I got a question for you. I bet you've seen some pretty ankles back in the day. Now, we're dealing with old Knoxville dating back to 1800s and all this kind of stuff. So think about spirits that were very similar to that time period, and I start doing that. I'm probably going to get some attention. Well, I sure did. I had 20 people around me. We're using the spirit box, and we heard, uh-huh. Now, you would expect getting a response from a spirit, all right, that everyone would be freaking out. No, we were laughing so hard, we were falling on the ground. You know, so paranormal doesn't have to be scary, and I think that's my legacy, is to kind of show that there's nothing bad about paranormal investigation and all that. It's actually quite fun, and if anything, we can take the fear out of it.
Right, right. Because it's not like we see in movies. Everybody associates ghosts or hauntings as, you know, roar, you know, and just scary, ghouly monsters, and that's not it at all. To me, I try to tell people it's an experience, you know, and it's just, I love going on the ghost tours because, you know, you get to actually learn about the history of the places and the legends of the places, and if you do get some activity, gosh, that's even better.
Now, I heard that you are a bit of you'd like to go on ghost tours around the world, right? With all your travels, right?
I do, and I also, with my travel with lighting, I also do shows in lots of theaters. And they don't have to be old theaters to be haunted, but I have been in a lot of the old turn-of-the-century vaudeville theaters that have the legends of being haunted. And there's one every year I go to do a TV show in, and the show is actually named after the ghost. It was a gentleman that was a manager at the theater at one time. His name was Fred. And to this day, we do the annual Susan Rose Ghost Hunt after the show. Haven't had a single thing happen because Fred is like, yeah, no, bye. You know, I don't know. But I still try. It's still fun.
You did bring some of your own equipment on the investigation.
I
Just
brought
so you
my
know,
K2 meter. I brought my dowsing rods. I brought all my gadgets and stuff and look like a total, you know, we're all lighting up. And then it's funny. I work overnight in theaters a lot. When you're by yourself in a theater overnight, it can get creepy, okay? But when I stay in a theater to actually look for a ghost, I don't even hear the building settling. I don't even hear air conditioning kicking on. It's like, come on! You know?
Give you something, huh?
But when I have had experiences is when I wasn't looking. So that's usually when things have happened when I wasn't looking for it. But I've definitely experienced some things.
Well, let's kind of look over on the other side of it. You know, I mean, I believe, but there's a lot of people out there that doesn't. They're just like naysayers. I don't believe that. They're just making it up. That's phony.
Well, I'm not going to lie. One of the things that the trailblazing I've done in Knoxville, understand Knoxville is a bit of a Bible Belt in a way. It's kind of they don't want to believe that it exists, and it seems to be a little against it. So since 2010. It was challenging when I first started my ghost tour.
Was that 2010 when you started it?
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing downtown? What is that in your hand? you know. And then what's interesting is just in that, we're going into our 8th year, I can't believe it. In that time, I'm seeing that 2 out of 3 people were going to say, yeah, I've had experiences. Wow, 2 out of 3 people. I mean, it's literally, you're not going to get shunned for sharing that something weird happened. If anything, you're going to probably get a lot of people saying, yeah, I get it. You know, I had that experience as well. Do you mind if I do a shameless plug? I got to do a shameless plug.
Please.
Tonight, Nightmare on the Tracks, which Susan went
Yes,
on
it's
and
fantastic.
Ron
Yeah, great.
is tonight. We're not sold out yet. You go to hauntedknoxville.net, $10 off a ticket, so make sure you grab your ticket. And this is a special event, so we get access to the historic Southern Railway Station where you get to go in the train cars themselves. And we've had some crazy activity.
Yes.
And that night we were there too.
So if you go to our Facebook page,
Smells,
you'll see.
sounds, all this stuff while we was there. It was awesome.
Awesome, that's great.
Now, how do people contact you?
How do people contact me?
Like if they want to come on your
typically
tour?
by a phone or email.
Duh, Sherlock.
On that phone, what's the number they dial to contact you? How's that?
Oh, nice. 865-377-9677. But you can really go to a website, hauntedknoxville.net, reserve it right there. That's how you get that $10 off. So I'm assuming you'll probably go ahead and do that.
And you're on Facebook
Just
too,
talk
right?
to him when you get to the tour. then.
Yeah, talk to Jay. Now, you're on Facebook as well, right?
I am on Facebook, and that's where you can see the audio recording that we got on one of our events.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
We actually heard 26 years after how long you've been there in relation to spirit activity. Pretty crazy stuff.
Now, you have a book too, right?
Yep. Ghostly Places. I was in my first book in October, so excited about it. I shared some of my research, and that's what I'm known as a paranormal historian. Sharing some of the research I got of Knoxville. I got 38 or more ground zeros downtown, which basically is an X marks the spot where something tragic happened.
Oh, wow.
What is this other you have with you?
What's this other?
Yeah.
Oh, this is just a logo with the ghost hunter. All right. Join us on a one-of-a-kind ghost hunting adventure. We don't do a ghost tours. We do adventures here.
And he has all the equipment and everything. So, I mean, you get to experience whether you want to have the K2 meter or you want to have
The flashlight is
the
pretty
flashlights,
cool
the
when you do
voice
flashlight,
box. And, I mean, he's got all the equipment, too. So you're not just walking around, listening to stories. You're actually investigating yourself with the actual equipment. That's what's kind of fascinating.
And we work with the Girl Scouts.
Wow.
So you can actually get a merit badge for ghost hunting with us. One of the first in the country. So if you guys have a troop, reach out to us. We'll work with you.
We didn't get a merit badge.
I didn't get a merit badge. I'm upset.
We could have been a Girl Scout,
Yes.
like
Yeah,
old
what
Girl
is it?
Scouts.
I don't know.
We'll eat Girl
It's
Scout
Boy
cookies. Does that
Yeah,
count?
we get Girl Scout cookies. Well,
You think I should give them a
I
merit
think
badge?
so.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll make sure I take care of
Go
it.
on there and comment and say, yes, we need the badges. Do it. Real quick, we just got a couple of minutes left of the show. People will say that, you fake it for them and stuff. Do you check out these, make sure that this is real hauntings and stuff that you do?
No question. That's a very good question. We're actually one of the few tours in America that are members of Paranormal Activity Specialist teams. And basically, this is an investigation team, I think like 70 or 80 teams around the country. And we're one of 2 ghost tours that actually have been accepted by them as doing real investigations and giving you an opportunity to investigate.
And you use 3 methods of verification as well, right?
That is correct, because we want it to be substantiated. It's cool if a tool goes off, but here's a team environment where everyone gets to work together and support each other and get at least 3 pieces of evidence to be able to confirm that there is activity going on.
Just make sure it's not actually the building settling or someone moved their foot or something. That's cool.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for being on our show.
Yes, thank
we
you.
appreciate, we love you to death, man. We're coming back to the tour again.
Better.
Thank you all for watching In My Shoes. I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Susan, and don't forget to climb that mountain and find that sunshine behind the clouds.
Bye. Today on In My Shoes, our sponsor is Grill Billy's Barbecue. Stop down at Grill Billy's on 66 at Knife Works. Ask for Jeff Foxworthy to get the best barbecue in town.